Welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, your go-to source for everything on the Las Vegas Raiders. Whether you're a diehard motherfucker like me, or just getting to know Raider Nation, our passionate hosts are here to bring you all the excitement on Raiders football. I'm Shit Show Joe, and welcome to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. Let's go, Raiders! If not, fuck your team.
What up, baby? It's your boy Raider Will with the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, and we are back today, man. And I got a special guest for y'all. It is my boy Raider Dad is back in the building. Let's go, Raider.
It's been a while.
What's up, brother? How have you been?
I've been good. How about you?
Good, man. Good. Hey, guys, we were just talking in the green room about how it is to be a dad, how Josh's schedule is super packed during the season because you guys know as everything that he does, and now how he just gets to relax a little bit, gets to be a fan, man, and gets to be a dad. So, hey, man, how's your offseason been, my brother?
Well, the last week it's been pretty exciting. You never know what's about to pop up on social media or, through the media. So happy to see, hopefully Max is staying with us, but a lot of things are happening. So hopefully we can right this ship, get things moving in the right direction heading into next season.
Bro, no lies detected on that. What a roller coaster of events this past weekend, man. I mean, like supposedly we trade Max Crosby to the Ravens on Friday, right? Everybody gets the news. Everybody's all mad. Everybody's like, oh man, I can't believe it. Max Crosby left us. And then Tuesday morning, the Ravens decide we are no longer wanting Max Crosby. We see Hendrickson at a discount. And we're going to sign Hendrickson at a discount and retain
Allegedly.
Nah. Hey, let's call it a buck. How do you feel? I'd be like, let's be honest about that. How do you feel? I'd be like, do you think the Ravens honestly were like, hey, man, he's hurt. This is what it is. Or did they see Hendrickson at a discount, his price going down, them losing 7 starters, not having a good free agency? I'm almost setting it up, huh?
I just feel, you just got to think that take away the Ravens, anybody that was going to trade for Max Crosby, they understood he's probably not 100%, just got a surgery. I don't know what the timetable is or what they were telling teams, but you would have to imagine that the Ravens understood he's at this point in his recovery. I don't know. I just don't think any team was going to make a move actually thinking he was, 100% or whatever the case may be. I don't know what type of conversations go on between GMs and people in the front office, but I don't know. Everything that you've seen take place, and then they sign him, less than 24 hours later. So I don't know. It seems shady. So
Absolutely. And now we got our brother that just came in, man. I got my boy Matty B. What is cracking, baby?
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight?
How you doing?
Good, bro. We were just talking about the Ravens situation with Max Crosby, man. How this kind of came out shady, right? I get what the Ravens are coming out and saying. They're saying, hey, Max Crosby was damaged goods, blah, blah, blah. But we all knew this. I'd be like, I was just telling Josh was just saying it. We all knew that Max Crosby could not pass a physical until July. It was well documented. I'd be like, every single guy that wrote an article said, oh, Max Crosby can't pass a physical till July. But the Ravens come back and say, hey, man, we're going to resend this trade for the fact that he couldn't pass a physical. What's your thoughts, Matt?
I think it was. I really think it was kind of a BS, a BS move on him. I think they should have, They knew what they were getting into. They knew about Max Crosby. Every GM in the NFL knew about him. So I mean, I think they got cold feet at the end when they realized that they could get TJ Hendrickson Hendrickson. I can't remember what. Yeah. Anyways,
Go ahead.
but anyways, when they picked him up, it was like when they realized they could pick him up for a cheaper price is when I think they got cold feet on Max. I think his injury was worse than Max, honestly. So I kind of have a little bit of hard feelings towards the Ravens on it, honestly, because I mean, guy said his goodbyes to the nation. He said everything, and then all of a sudden, it's like, no, we don't want him. But you guys knew what you were going to get into when you guys decided to trade those first 2 picks.
And I can't but agree with you guys, bro. I call this suspicious activity, right? It's like, hey, man, when you're out there and you're looking at a person acting shady, looking shady, and treating, I'd be like, bro, this isn't a used car lot. You don't get no refund on you coming and trying this vehicle out, and then you can bring it back over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got cold feet. I'm going to tell you, man, the GM saw his people turning against him because, bro, every podcaster for the Ravens was saying, oh, the Ravens overpaid. We overpaid for Max Crosby. We gave too much. He felt the pressure from all his fans, from his fan base, and he said, you know what? Yo, I got to give in. I got to make something happen. And the Ravens are notorious for using this. What did he go to? Go to the fail-safe.
Well, I also think that he probably thought other things were going to fall into place. I think it was reported like 9 players left free agency through them. So he was probably making that move thinking, oh, we're 1 to 2 pieces away of making a run at this. But then the whole plan fell apart. So
exactly. And when you go and you think, oh, you were going to get all these guys back, right? And you're like, oh, I'm going to get all my key pieces back. All I have to do is add a Max Crosby, add this other guy, and we're going to be all right. And when you don't have all those other pieces, you're shitting bricks. Bro, they thought they were going to get Tyler Lindenbaugh back at a discount.
Yeah.
So once he saw Lindenbaugh go, he said, oh, I had to reassess the situation. I'd be like, in the thing that he came out, he said, I had to reassess the situation and I had to do what's best for the team. Oh, man, that means you got cold feet. Josh, what does that mean to you? If you're telling me that we're in a business deal transaction, we're mano a mano, hombre a hombre, right? And you come and you shake my hand and you tell me, bro, if this car is good, we're good. And I tell you, this car has a problem with the alternator. We're getting it fixed. It'll be good to go in 2 weeks.
Right.
And you come the next day to come buy it? Come on, man. Like how is Max Crosby going to pass a physical when everybody already said, bro, this man just got off surgery. He was just in crutches. We just saw this man on Instagram in a bed, bro, with the knee brace on.
He's been playing basketball with his kid.
He's been playing basketball, man, since he got his surgery.
He's ready to suit up already.
And so I don't get it, but I will tell you guys something I do like, man. When Max Crosby comes out, let me see here, man. I'm going to share this with you guys here. And does one of these right here. This is what I love. Da-da-da. Yeah, baby. He's back. Max Crosby has arisen, Raider Nation, and he comes back. And not only that, guys, he comes back and says, yo, I'm a Raider for life. Run that shit back. Ooh, baby. I said, hey, are we looking at a 20-plus sack season for Max Crosby, fellas? Is this a possibility? Is this man now has more drive than ever? I'm going to start with Matty B. Do you believe Max Crosby is going to outwork and outperform everything that's coming out this year with people doubting him, with people saying, you ain't the same Max. What are we going to see, Matty B?
Yeah, I guarantee it, man. He's got a big chip on his shoulder, man. And I guarantee you when he plays the Ravens, he's going to have a bigger chip on his shoulder. I think he feels like he got played, in my opinion. And for somebody that's coming off an injury and does what he does in the NFL, I would have that chip on my shoulder if that was me. I can't wait to see what he does, especially with the key pieces that we picked up in free agency. This is the best free agency that we've had, or any pieces that we've had around Max Crosby since we've had him. So if they all click together, man, this could be probably the best defense in the league if they all click together and this thing goes right. So, man, I could see double-digit sacks by Max Crosby and maybe a couple double-digit sacks by the other guys too.
Ooh, cooking with grease. What are you thinking, Josh?
I mean, I don't think Max needed any more motivation, but, by the Ravens not making that move, they're like saying, maybe the injury's worse than everybody knows. He could be done after a year or two. That's why they're afraid to get that move. So it's extra motivation. Him coming back to Las Vegas. I'd be afraid if I was offensive tackle or whoever has to go up against Max week 1, because he's coming out to prove something.
Oh, baby,
I hope it's Sean Payton in the Broncos.
Pay for that ticket pack. But I'm telling you right now that Max Crosby's gonna come out like this. Man on fire, baby. He is gonna come out there and go. And every quarterback's gonna need one of these.
He might have Paul Bear come out as his intro,
Hey, I'm telling you right now, bro. This man, and the reason I say this is because when you look at a high-level athlete like he is, right? A guy that already has a high level of motivation, and now somebody just told him that he's not good enough, that he wasn't worth 2 first-round draft picks, that he's damaged goods. Bro, that's like you going to Jordan and going like, how KG was talking all that shit to him. And what they go and they talk, and he's like, yeah, I was talking all that shit, man. We was killing him. We was just killing him. So I was telling him, get him. Bro, that's what you're doing to Max motherfucking Crosby? A dude that shows he was back in the facility at 6 a.m. Bro, 6 a.m. after that getting done. And people are saying, oh, man, I don't know if him and Tom Brady and Alex Guerrero can get along. I'm telling you right now, bro, Max don't give a fuck about what Alex Guerrero just said. The one thing that's stinging him in his side right now is that the Ravens just turned him down. Just said, you're not good enough. Bro, that right there is burning him up. Because I mean, like, he already had said his goodbyes to Raider Nation, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, he was already signed up on that bus. He had bought the Kool-Aid.
I think that's what makes this whole situation worse is the goodbye video. Like, we knew Max, obviously Max was on board with this. So it's like a weird situation, especially. That's what makes it more messed up that they did it. Like, Max was like, he already decked out the IG, everything, I don't know.
And didn't it happen on his anniversary of his, being sober?
I think it was his party. I think his party. I mean, like, I'm assuming it was his anniversary. There was something this weekend.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'd kind of make you upset too, man.
But I'm just telling you like this. When you make that type of change and you buy the Kool-Aid and you're going everywhere and you're talking to all your business partners, to all your friends, bro, imagine going into that locker room again and be like, fuck, bro. Like, your dudes are going to have your support. Oh, there we go, bro. I got my boy Steven, and I know he got a lot to say about this one. Yo, Steven, we're talking about Max Crosby's motivation and how he should be motivated after the freaking Ravens have just treated him like garbage, like yesterday's news, like he ain't ready.
Motivation? Well, I wish there was a game. I wish there was a fucking game tomorrow. Let's go. This guy, this guy's going to tear up the league, man. With the way the Ravens treated him, he's going to, even if everything was legit, he's going to take this personal, and he's going to bring this into every single game next year. Prove to them that they did something completely wrong by flying him out there, having his family in the lobby, and negotiating with Trey Hendrickson behind his back while he's still in Baltimore.
Hey, you know what? That right there, bro, what you just said, that is grimy. And I don't care what the Ravens say. The GM coming out and saying, oh, yeah, I expected to sign Max Crosby and TJ Hendrickson and do it at the same time. That's weird.
And you know what? And you know what, man? And it's like, do what you want to me, but I brought my wife too and everything. And you disrespect me. And you do this while my wife and everybody's there. You're disrespecting my wife as well, not just me. You're disrespecting my family.
Well, yeah, she was sharing stuff on her story too, like the motivation of what's to come, with Max returning to Las Vegas. So,
dude, when your wife is posting stuff,
I didn't see that, but yeah, that was
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I forget what she was posting. Some people have been sharing stuff, but she was just sharing something. It wasn't like she was saying anything in it, but you can tell, like they're upset, about how it took place. Things happen for a reason. So,
oh man, hey, Carmen says I'm still waiting for the Raiders to officially say he is not moving. No,
I think they did today.
Yeah, they already have.
Yeah,
they came out and they said it. They said, "Hey, Max Crosby is not. We're not looking to trade him."
I don't think so. I don't know if it was a Raiders. I don't know if it was the Raiders that said it exactly, but other teams are saying that they're pretty much being told he's not getting traded.
Right. It's being reported that
yeah,
the Raiders aren't looking to move him no more. I don't know if they issued a statement or not, but other people are, I guess, speaking for them. But
yeah, and I'd be like, so if you look at it here, I'll share the screen right now and show you, and we'll look it up right now. It's right here, guys. It says, bam. Dave Cleveland says, breaking news. Breaking. The Raiders are now telling teams that Max Crosby will not be traded. Per Pro Football Talk, the Raiders are currently telling teams that defensive end Max Crosby will not be traded. So I mean, like, it's official like a whistle, baby. Hey, Max Crosby is a Raider this year, and they're going to have him right out.
Dude, I was okay at first with the trade, getting the 2 first-round picks. I'm all right. I'm like, okay, this team can grow and get something with those 2 picks. But man, after I saw what they did day one of free agency, and then now adding Max Crosby into the mix with that, dude, I'm sorry, man. That people, quarterbacks better fear, our division better fear that defense. Not saying we're gonna go out and all of a sudden make the playoffs and win all these games this year, but man, having Pay on one side and Crosby on the other would be dangerous.
Hey, you're not lying, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Freaking Spytech had my heart going like this from the beginning of free agency. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. This dude came out just shooting rock, like just shot after shot after shot. And that's why I think the Ravens got scared. That's why the Ravens were like, wait a minute, we're losing Tyler Lindenberg. That's our number one. And the Raiders are going to take him, and we're going to get an older Max Crosby, and they're going to take our 2 number ones. We don't have a future. We don't have anybody for Lamar Jackson anymore. They got scared.
And they didn't get a better player.
Honestly. You think about it, you got your 2 first-round picks, and you took their center from them, so you really got two first rounds and a player from them in that whole trade when it come down to it.
Yeah.
And when you see TJ Hendrickson go, hey, you know what? When you see his value diminishing and you can keep your 2 first rounders, how convenient. oh, Max couldn't pass his physical. Well, I knew that he wouldn't be able to pass it for another 2 months. But, we're going to do it 2 months early. Again, though, man.
Everybody in the league knew he wasn't going to pass the physical. Come on.
Bro, I want to know is there one person a chat? If there's one person in the chat that thought that Max Crosby was going to actually pass his physical, please tell us who you are. Because all we heard was Max Crosby would not be ready until July.
Was there a report? I don't know if you guys read it or today or heard about it, but the Dallas Cowboys doctor is the one that called the shot supposedly, and said that he's the one that told him not to go with it because Max Crosby's knee was bunk. So that's the reason why they backed out of it.
Yeah,
because he's I guess supposedly like the best knee doctor in the league or something like that, and I don't know. That was the thing I read today. So.
And that's the hardest thing. You're right. It was the Cowboys doctor. He's known as the best knee surgeon in the world or whatever. He's like the next Andrews guy. But at the same time, I go like, bro, how many knee doctors are there? And there's a lot of good ones. Everybody's going to have a different opinion on where Max Crosby's at. That's why they're doctors. Everybody's going to have an opinion, right? But if Max Crosby's own doctor, the guy that's been there since day one, is telling you like this guy's like coming back, he's not ready. He did at any time did Max Crosby's doctor say, hey, he's ready to pass a physical?
Nope.
No, all they said was he's ahead of schedule to return. He's ahead of schedule to have everything done. So again, I go and I ask, why did we go and do the physical? Because you wanted a quick out. But who cares? You want to know why? Because we still got the bag, baby. Because we still got Tyler Lindenbaum. We still signed every free agent we wanted to. The Ravens tried to do us dirty, but guess what? We still got an all-pro pass rusher at the defensive end, a top 10 guy. So at the end of the day, I got something to say to you, Ravens flock. Take it. You know what? We gave it to you, baby. Because not only did we make your organization look terrible and unprofessional, we still got every guy we wanted to sign. We still got your center. And you guys got a second-rate defensive end.
And you lost 9 players in free agency.
I gotta say, I think this is a even better move for Crosby too. At the end of the day, because I actually don't think the Ravens are on the up. You know, are they a better roster because of Lamar Jackson and everything today? Yes, but I don't think they're an aging roster. They're not on the up. They just lost John Harbaugh, and they might be a team on the decline. They didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Hey,
and they came out of nowhere too. Like, who was saying the Ravens the last month or so? You know, like, I was surprised whenever I seen that.
Bro, and I'm gonna tell, and you want to know, guys, what's crazy here is the only people defending the Ravens position I've seen is Ravens fans. Everybody else in the league was like, dude, that's a dirty move. Like, that's not how you do business. And people, I get it, bro. They didn't do anything illegal. They can't get fined anything like that. But
do you think they'll change some kind of rule for that after this? Do you guys have any feelings on that?
Nah, the isolated incident. What do you guys think?
I don't think you can really prove it. You know, it's gentleman's handshake. I don't think they can really do anything about it. Obviously, there's a lot of different opinions on this, but I doubt it.
I'll be honest. I really hate that legal tamper period thing. I mean, everything should wait till when free agency starts because too much can happen in that time. But will it change? No, because the NFL's king and they want to be talked about 24/7 all the time. So,
well, to add to that, what would have happened if like the Raiders wouldn't have been able to make all the moves that they did? Because they probably made some of these moves thinking Max is off the books. He's in Baltimore. You know, what would have happened in that scenario? Say we couldn't have did 3 of the moves because it put us over the cap or whatever the situation may be.
Yeah, they would have had to back out of some of those players that they were going to sign.
Yeah, they're trying to trade Max and get rid of his contract again and get lesser value for what he had.
Yeah.
And that's almost what I wanted the Raiders to do, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted them to be like, hey, you know what? The contracts that are not convenient to us, all of a sudden be like, hey, these guys couldn't pass a physical for us. Hey, you know what? This contract's not convenient for us, so they didn't pass a physical. Because I'm absolutely with Josh here. If the Raiders, bro, made all these signings, made all these things happen, and then it came back that they didn't have enough cap space to have these guys, this could have been an absolute fucking disaster across the NFL.
Yes.
And then they would have had to change something. They would have had to make an adjustment. You know, right now, bro, they're like, oh, everybody's okay. And just look at how quickly the media changed their tone. The media went, from, oh, yeah, they're shady. There's kind of shady business. Oh, no. This is all up on the up and up. All trades are contingent upon a physical. No shit, motherfuckers, but we knew, and you documented it, that he couldn't pass one till July. So why are we talking about a trade right now? Again, lots of craziness, but let's talk about the free agency, guys. Let's talk about the signings, baby. We got a whole bunch of new Raiders, and Raider Dad should be excited because guess what? He gets to see a whole bunch of new jerseys. Do you guys, who is that guy? I don't remember. He wasn't that guy on the team. Now we got him on the team. Oh, hey, who are you guys more excited to see? The most excited free agent to see? I'm going to start with Steven. Steven, who's the most exciting free agent for you?
Max Crosby.
That's a good one.
Just kidding.
That's a good one. He is a free agent. He did leave.
Thought he was gone. He's back.
Yeah. Now that he's gone the whole 3 hours, maybe.
You know, even though I was joking, saying with that, we probably wouldn't have signed the defensive end from the Colts pay if we still had Crosby on the roster. So signing him and now getting Crosby back, that's going to be pretty nice on that line. But I got to go with the obvious. I mean, Linderbaum. I mean, we needed to shore up that offensive line. We haven't had a real dominant center in a long time, and I think he's gonna be great there with the young quarterback and having Ashton Genty in the backfield. So I'd have to say Linderbaum is who I'm the most excited to see.
Josh?
Yeah, I feel like Linderbaum's the obvious pick. You got potentially, we're probably going to take Mendoza most likely unless something changes. But, you know, you got a young quarterback coming in. And a lot of the media has been saying about the Raiders trading to pick. And we all think they're crazy. But the questions is, how are you going to put a line around Mendoza? Well, in 24 hours of free agency, the media's tone changed completely. They're like, you know, the Raiders are actually making a lot of moves that make sense and, you know, giving a fan base some hope again. So that was probably the biggest one for me too.
All right. Matty B.
Man, I mean, you guys all hit it right there. The line, that was our biggest need, right, for the last year or two is our offensive line. And you guys were right that Linderbaum was the one. But I am kind of excited to see the linebacking core that we just picked up. So I'm super stoked to see how this plays out with Max Crosby on the other end and Pay on one end. And hopefully that pays off. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully it, you know, hopefully they found that match that helps Max Crosby on the opposite end. How many free agents and big names have we gone through that haven't worked out with him? So hopefully this one works. Hopefully these linebackers work. Hopefully, you know, we're switched to this different kind of front that they're talking about. And, you know, the 3-4 front. And we'll see some of these guys that we plug in, that the Taron Johnson, that nickel we got. I mean, he could be a stud too on that defense too. So I'm excited about the defense, honestly. But I think the offense really hit it with that center. So.
No, absolutely, man. I'm telling you, man. Tyler Lindenberg, you big old sexy beast. You definitely ringer for the Raiders, but I'm going to tell you guys what I'm most excited about, baby. It's going to be that linebacking core. Them thirsty dogs, baby, because I've seen so many missed tackles by the Raiders. I mean, like, guys, I know that you guys have been at games where you can count them on both hands. How many times we miss a guy in open space? How many times we don't see a guy fill that gap and fill that hole? But these two dudes, man, I'd be like, they look like some muscle hamsters. Bro, they got muscles growing everywhere. Bro, they just look physical. I cannot wait to see this defense, y'all. This defense is for real. People don't understand the type of pressure we can bring now. And the thing is, I keep seeing additions. You know, even if with our reduced salary cap now, right? Because we got Max Crosby back in the fold, we're still making moves. We just picked up a wide receiver. We just picked up a tight end fullback from the Steelers. I'll be like, guys, just the guys that we're picking up, this means we are going to be a physical team, a downhill team. When's the last time y'all heard the Raiders being physical? Bringing back that.
The last time we had a linebacker. I mean, I've been shouting for a linebacker for so freaking long.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have two.
Dude, I'm telling you, John Spytek, damn you, man. You have just been killing it this offseason. Thank you for giving Raider Nation hope. I know, bro. I'm telling you guys how crazy this is, that this man in one week has turned around the hope of the whole country, or of the whole nation. You know, I'd be like, we've literally had so many crappy things happen to us, bro. People have literally told me, man, hey, we're at the end of the rope. The Raiders suck. I'd be like, I'm on X all the time. You know, I'm always talking smack. Raiders are bottom of the barrel. Raiders are just trash. Just at the bottom of the AFC. And you know what? We have been. We've seen a lot of struggle. But this is the first year that I've seen a GM make moves. Like Josh said, this makes sense. Oh my God. What a great pickup. Oh, you know what? Every contract, 3 years, every player from 25 to 28 years old with a lot of upside, with potential. Bringing in guys on contracts like Teron Johnson, the defensive back from Buffalo. Bro, at a reduced rate because he's been, you know, he's had injury issues, but he's a Pro Bowler. So you trade a 7th rounder? Hell, this man got rid of Geno Smith for a pick. The most untradeable player in the NFL. We got a pick for Geno Smith. The Jets actually said, yeah, man, we'll trade for Geno.
We know who's picking number 1 next year.
Yeah.
Guys, what grade do you guys give John Spytek so far this offseason? Josh, I'm going to start with you, my brother.
Just listening to different people in the media, it seems like everybody's saying we got an A, but obviously we had a lot of money to spend too. So it's something promising. I'd probably give them an A, building the line once again and setting up this defense. Got a new coordinator. They're talking about switching to a 3-4. So you're going to need linebackers in there. So that's probably what I would do.
Okay. Matty B?
Yeah, I'd have to give somewhere around like an A. You know, like, I mean, I say this every year, man. We get excited. We're like, oh, yeah, this is the year. This is all the stuff. You know, wait till we see it. You know what I mean? Like, we'll give them the A for right now for the free agency, but we'll give them the A+ when it all clicks together.
Yo, Steven, brother, what's your grade?
Oh, I'm also giving them an A. I understand what Matty B's talking about. How every year we get excited, year we do this or that, but man, it seems like every year we're just signing older guys on 1-year contracts. It sounds like we're getting younger guys. We're actually building something here, and all these people were talking about this was going to be like a 3-year rebuild. The moves they're making doesn't look like they're doing a 3-year rebuild. So I like what they're doing. I have to give them an A. Obviously, we have to see it still, but I like it, and I don't think they're done.
Oh, I don't think they're done either. And I'm going to tell you, man, maybe I'm a little bit tougher grader. Maybe I'm a little bit more of an a-hole because I'm going to give him a B. The reason I'm going to give him a B is because this whole Max Crosby situation, I know it wasn't his fault, but as a GM, I hope he's prepared, and I think he is. So I'm going to give him a strong B for that. But at the end of the day, what's going on, Israel? Israel in the house. Yo, guys, I'm going to tell you, the signings he's had, outstanding. The one signing I didn't like and I didn't understand because, again, this is one I wish we would have been like, hey, this guy failed his physical, was the P guy, the guy from the Indianapolis Colts. I see a lot of potential in him, a guy that was a first-round pick, a guy that did a lot of things, but he only had 4.5 sacks last season. And he only had like 15 tackles, and we're paying or 30 tackles, and we're paying 16.5 mil. A lot of questions there. But maybe Rob Leonard sees something in him that he can work with him. That's the only reason I say amen. And then one more thing. Everybody keeps saying we've addressed the offensive line just with Tyler Lindenbaugh. I want to see one more big old War Daddy show up, baby. I need those Mack trucks lining up. I'm telling you guys, man, if we get one more Mack truck up there, holy Jesus. Ashton Genty, we might be looking at a 2,000-yard season, 1,800 yards. Because we'll have an offensive line that can move people. So those are the things where I'm looking at him, and I'm giving him a B. But my man, I'd be like, bro, other than that, shoot, he's been killing it. So, y'all, let's move on. Let's move on, man.
And the kicker. That's another reason to give him a B.
Oh. So let me ask you guys this, right? With the kicker. We have Daniel Carlson, a guy that has been generally consistent. He went from cash money. He had a rough season last. Matt, I'm going to start with you. Do you let go of Carlson because of what happened last year? Or are you bringing in this guy to compete against Carlson? What are you doing here? I'd be like, I don't like it because I think Carlson has been consistent long enough that we should give him another turn, but I don't know what he wanted for a contract. But go ahead, Matt. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I would have brought him in to compete for sure. Every position you got to compete at. So that includes kickers and punters too. They're part of the team. So bring him in for the competition, but I don't know, man. Carlson's been really good for us for since we've had him. So he had a downfall last year. The year before, I guess he kind of had a little bit of a, I don't know, he kind of lost a little bit of his edge, and then it kind of led into last year. But I still think he's got an upside, and like you said, I don't know what his contract situation was. So
yeah, I don't either.
I don't know if they were offering him anything or if it was strictly just because of his performance last year. So, but yeah, definitely you bring somebody in to compete with every position. So I don't know if, I think it had to do with his contract. Honestly, I think it was something to do with their contract.
Yeah, I think so too. But yo, Josh, what's your thoughts, brother?
You just have to wonder, was it him or was it our special teams was horrible last year? Like, was that affecting him? I'm gonna just take a wild guess and say it really came down to money is why they were moving on, because he's one of the fan favorites. With AJ Cole's another one. Tough. A lot of fans were a little disappointed to see him go, but it's a business. We keep talking about this, especially with like Max. It's a business that goes for all the positions on the team. So,
Oh, absolutely. Steven, my brother.
If you actually go back and break down the some of his missed field goals last year, there was a few bad snaps, and then you had that one against Chicago where we had a guy that never blocked on the right side in there, missed the tackle,
Hey.
and the field goal got blocked, and we lost that game. So I would prefer to have Carlson, but it's definitely got to be a money move. They probably don't want to pay as much as he's asking for a kicker.
I agree with you guys 100%, man. This has to be a money move. This has to be something with the cash. The money wasn't right. Because honestly, why would you bring in a kicker that is less accurate with the less powerful leg? Yeah, they're gonna say, "Oh, him and Dick Camillus have a brotherhood," or he's coached them before. Bro, I don't give a damn if the guy sucks. If the guy sucks, I don't want him on my team if he's worse than the other guy. Like literally, Carlson has shown that he has a stronger leg, he's more accurate, and he can kick the ball deeper. But if the money's not right, I get what you guys are saying. Maybe he wanted a little bit too much. Maybe he said, "Hey, you know what? That last season, I should get a pass for it. But I'm gonna get maximum money." Who knows, man? But y'all, let's talk a little bit about the draft. Everybody, those who were drafting in the first round, everybody and their mother knows that Fernando Mendoza is probably going to be the first pick of the draft. But I want to know what you guys think the Raiders are going to do in the second and in the third round, especially with as much information as we have now. We've seen the free agents that have been signed. We've seen wide receiver, fullback. We've seen our center. We see a defensive end. We got a corner. We got 2 linebackers. So if you guys have the second pick, you drafted Mendoza. You're sitting there as Mr. Johnny Spytek. And I go, Stevie Spytek, who's the second pick, or who's the Raiders pick in the second round? And Steven hands me the envelope. Whose name's on it?
I'm handing in Raider Will.
Well, then we're getting cut. We're not making it to the playoffs.
That's our new kicker in the second round, Raider Will. I'm all about best player available. I think we could still use players at just about every position on this team. So best player available works.
I got you.
To fill holes. If it's a guard, if it's a tackle, if it's a wide receiver, corner, go for it. We can use all those positions.
You ain't lying. Josh?
I think just looking by what we've done in free agency, we were like real heavy on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like they're going to try to take some shots on the O-line. Probably going to try to pair up a receiver. I don't know who that would be in the college level, but especially in the second round, I haven't even really looked at many mock drafts, but you have to imagine they're going to try to pair up a young guy with Mendoza. So that's probably what I could see them doing that in the second and third.
Ooh. I'll be like loading up at 2 wide receivers. I'm like, hey, let's give this.
Or the line, they might go to the line twice. I don't. That's been like the main concern.
Absolutely. Matty B.
Yeah, man, I agree with you, bro. What you just said. I think it's got to be on the offense with as much stuff as we spent in free agency on the defense. I think it's got to go with the offense on the first couple picks. Like you said, I don't know if it's going to be the offensive line or wide receiver, but I think it might be a wide receiver in the second round. Kind of see what we got there. Offensive line's pretty deep in this draft, so I think we could probably pick up a third rounder and get offensive line in the third round. That's usually where you hit your gyms with them anyways. So I think receiver in second round would be a pretty good go.
Man. Maybe it's because I'm a defensive coordinator. Maybe it's because offense is for pussies.
Hey.
I would say it like this. I really hope we pick up a nasty nose guard. A big war daddy that we plug in the middle. Because I really don't see one on the roster. I can see Adam Butler filling and JJ Pegues filling certain ways, but we don't have a true nose. And if we're going to run a 3-4 defense, we need that 2A gap plugger. We need that big old sugar bear up there that can just eat people alive. So I really hope we go with nose guard. And I'm telling you, before I saw all this happening, I was really hoping for Jacob Rodriguez, actually, the linebacker from Texas or Texas A&M, I believe, right? Or something like that. That kid is a freaking stud and an absolute beast. Hey, I want to thank all 49 of you that are logged into us, watching us, man. We got my boy Raider Dad in the motherfucking building, y'all. Y'all know what it is. And then I got my boy El Presidente, TBH Sacramento, my boy Steven Chavez. And of course, my co-captain of this ship, Maddie B. Y'all, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. We're talking about Max Crosby, the draft, what we're going to see. So, hey, guys, we talked about the rest of free. I want to know about the rest of free agency. We talked about we got a wide receiver. Is there one player in free agency that you guys want to see the Raiders make a run at that is still out there? So I'm going to start with Matty B. Go ahead, brother.
I've been hearing rumors about Kirk Cousins, man. And I think quarterback, man. I think there's got to be a quarterback that we got to go after, man. And I think you could probably get one on a good cheap deal, you know. We need somebody to come in and mentor Mendoza, and I like the way they've been talking about maybe sitting him for a year if we get the right quarterback in the system. So I like that move, you know, being an offensive guy, Will. So.
All right. All right. Steven, who do you got, my brother?
So I haven't really dissected who's left out there, but I was gonna kind of say the same thing. I wouldn't mind Kirk Cousins if he obviously comes at a friendly deal and he's willing to be a backup to Mendoza. I'm in the camp of starting Mendoza from day one, and not sitting him. But if they choose, if he needs to be developed, then yeah, then you sit him. But I think he's a player that can come in and start day one. But if they feel he needs to sit, then I'd rather have a Kirk Cousins than you know, some other backup quarterback in this league.
Yeah, if it's Kirk, I could see him starting week one. I don't know who else would be our option, but like I'd rather go with Mendoza starting week one. But I can see that if you sign Kirk Cousins, you know, the veteran leadership, give him some time, learn under him. So
yeah.
You know what, guys? I hate you guys because the whole reason I did put this up was because Kirk Cousins was coming. All right, you know, right? Kirk Cousins coming and people are going nuts, man. People are saying, don't bring Kirk Cousins. We don't need him. I'm like, guys, here's the only reason I see Kirk Cousins being a beneficial thing. There's a lot of pressure on the quarterback coming into this organization. And there's a lot of pressure to win now. As impatient as Raider Nation is, bro, we were calling Ashton Genty a bust this year after 6 games. Imagine the pressure that a young quarterback is going to come into, and he's learning a new system, making mistakes. Bro, people are not going to be patient. And I don't know about y'all, man, but how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel that the Raider Nation is ready to be patient with the rookie quarterback making mistakes? If we wanted AP fired, being a rookie head coach after 1 year, we want all these guys fired after like 3 games because they don't complete what they're supposed to do. So I'm going to start with Josh because Josh is always in the building. Do you really see Allegiant Stadium being friendly to a quarterback that's learning and being patient?
I think that's always the problem is we're so impatient because, the fan base is dying to just have a winning product out there, build something out there. But when you're taking Mendoza, it's a 2 to 3 year plan. I mean, obviously, you've seen the Bears turn it around real quick last year. It just pops into my head. It can be done, but when you're bringing in younger guys, and we have a good core, you have Brock, you have Genty, you're gonna have Mendoza on offense. Obviously, Max is coming back, so it could happen. It's just that we don't want to wait. We want to win now. Like the last 20 years haven't been the glory years, so we're just gonna have to be patient.
And I agree with you. And you know what? Matt Bomber said Dylan Thiemann, and then he hit us back up with, hey, Bo Nix, Cam Ward, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May all started.
That's my boy John. I agree with you.
All right. Now, also, when we say all these guys started, it's just like Josh said. Is Raider Nation going to be patient? Are we going to be sitting here watching these mistakes? I'm going to start with, and I'm going to go next to our offensive coordinator on here. Okay. Matty B is an offensive coordinator. Matty B, do you really see Raiders fans being patient enough to see Mendoza develop?
That's the problem. We're not patient. So you let him, if he doesn't do good the first year, or he starts looking like say he comes out and he starts looking like Geno, are you guys going to be on his side, or are you guys going to be calling for AOC? You guys going to be calling for the next guy that's behind him? You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem with Raider Nation. That's why I say sit him for a year. Let him develop behind a veteran quarterback, because I mean, look at Jordan Love. Everybody said the same thing when Aaron Rodgers was there. Get rid of Jordan Love. He shouldn't have wasted. He was a wasted pick, and he came out when Aaron Rodgers left, and he looked good in the last couple of years. Last year and wasn't so good, but the year before that, they went to the playoffs, right? So, I mean, sitting them behind somebody is never a bad idea, especially if they're a good veteran quarterback. So I'm never opposed to sitting a rookie quarterback, even if he is the first overall pick. And I know a lot of people say if he's the number one pick, he should be starting, but I'm not opposed to sitting him for a year.
Okay. Hey, brother Steven, like fine wine, baby. Hit us with it.
So when it comes to patience, I think every year was a different situation. I think we came off a playoff year and got Josh McDaniels, so we were expecting to be in the playoffs, and then we shit the bed the year after again. And then you get AP, he comes in and wins some games down the stretch, and you think, okay, cool, this team's doing something, we're going to win next year. And then he doesn't, so now he's got to get fired. Pete Carroll comes in and starts saying, hey, we're going to win 10 games, we're going to win a lot of games, we're going to do this and that. And he has a track record, and the moves they made last year was to try to win right now. And then we go out and only win 3 games. And from everything I'm hearing, the dysfunction and everything in that place. So, yes, there was no patience there because everybody thought things were going to turn around. I think you're obviously going to have your certain fans that are going to talk shit no matter what with the process this year. But I think for the most part, everybody understands what the Raiders are doing right now. I think they understand we're going to have a young quarterback coming in. We have these new players coming in. I think they understand that this is not just about this year. It's about being a really good team over the next decade. So yes, you're still going to have your fans that are impatient, this and that. And I think when it comes to Mendoza, you get him to training camp and everything. You see how he is, and if you think that you see him, let's say you have a Cousins or something on the team, and you think Mendoza does need to sit because of what you're seeing, then you sit him. But if he's going out there, he's playing well, and I really do think he has the headspace to not let mistakes rattle him, the rest of his future. So I think he can go out there and make mistakes. And I don't think the team itself, there might be certain fans, but I don't think the team's going to put pressure on him that he can't make mistakes, that he has to win right now. But if the coaches think he needs to sit, then I'm all for it. Let him sit. But if they think he can do it and he can go in there, hey, why not go out there and play live games and learn? Take your lumps. You're going to throw some picks. You're going to do that. I understand that.
I think it's going to be hard to not have him start week 1. And
Bro.
as soon as you head to training camp, fans are going to be calling for Mendoza.
Yeah.
Are you I already
I think it is if you have like a Aiden O'Connell starting week 1. I think you're going to hear a lot of people talking shit. But if you have a Kirk Cousins, I think people will kind of be like, okay, we'll see how this goes. But
As soon as Kirk Cousins throws one interception, bench him.
Mendoza, baby.
He's trash. So, hey, Eddie Jr., the official Raiders barber, is in the building. He says, "What's up, Raider Nation? This is our year, family." You know what?
Just made a video about that. All of us, it's our year every year.
It's our year every year, baby. But I will say this. You start Mendoza if you feel that he's able to do it. Clint Kubiak, don't make the mistake of going out there and doing it for the fans. Don't do it and cave in because we're saying to do it. Because if you shatter Mendoza's confidence, we are going to ruin a number 1 draft pick, and it's going to ruin our stock for years to come. If you go and you say, hey, you know what? We're going to bring in Kirk Cousins. We're going to steady the ship that way. I support that. And Raider Nation should support that. Raider Nation needs to get off this high horse that this young man is going to come in here and just tear up the league. He's going to make mistakes, like Steven said. He's going to take his lumps. He's going to make misreads. And Raider Nation needs to be there and support it. And when he makes a mistake, we need to be there to be like, hey, pick him up. Do the right thing.
Mind of a goldfish.
Mind of a goldfish. But
we're not a Super Bowl team yet, Raider Nation. Be patient. We're
building. I think it's a decent situation for him. He has weapons. It's not like it's a complete rebuild, you know. I look at like Cam Ward. I don't know. He doesn't have a Brock Bowers, a Gentee, you know, when he was coming in. So like, yeah, he's still a rookie, but like, I mean, there's some hope for him to move quicker than most rookie quarterbacks do. So
absolutely. And I'm going to say it like this. Raider Nation should be hopeful. Raider Nation should be looking at, because my next question to you guys was, you know, what does the Raiders' future look like for you guys? And that's kind of like was going to be our end question. So I'll start right now, and I think I'll start with Josh. Josh, what does the Raiders' future look like for you? What do you see?
I just think there's a lot of potential. Like I keep bringing it up on offense, but you've seen free agency. Max is in his prime years. Can we build something to give people hope? Because especially in Las Vegas, you got to have a winning product to have fans show up here consistently, especially with a lot of our fans outside of Las Vegas. So I think there is a lot of hope. You got a number 1 overall pick coming to Las Vegas. So I think there's a lot of good that's about to come our way. So pretty excited to see that and what it looks like, especially right out of training camp into the season. So.
All right. Patty B.
Well, isn't the saying the greatness of the Raiders is in the future, right? So is this the future? I mean, we got the 1st round pick. We got all the stuff that, you know, that everything we need right now to start building a team and a dynasty. So, I mean, I wouldn't say dynasty, but I mean, building a team, you know what I mean? Contender. Man, I think we're making strides for sure. And I think everything that we did this offseason proved it. So, and with Max coming back, I think that was just a cherry on the top of everything that we got. So I'm really looking forward to this season, like I said, but like, I'm not giving all my hopes up and I'm not throwing all my eggs in the basket saying we're going to be a dominant team and we're going to go in there and win a Super Bowl or anything like that. But I think we're going to be way better than we were last year for sure.
100%. Steven.
Look, I'm going to say that I want to see a Super Bowl in the future in the next few years. But this year, for me, it's just about development. I want to by the end of this season look at this team and go, man, we have something. Man, Mendoza's good. Genty's running the ball well, over 1,000 yards, maybe a Pro Bowler this year. Brock Bowers, Pro Bowler. And just go, this is a good team. Never know, maybe even good enough to be competing down the stretch for a spot, but possibly not make it. And going to next season, going, man, now we still got cap space, we still got draft picks. We could build this, add even more to what we already have, and then now we're a playoff team. I don't think this is a 3-year thing, like some of the insiders are saying. I want this team to be in the playoffs by 2027. Obviously, I'd like them being this year, but I would like to see this team in the playoffs 2027.
Woo! Steven, keep talking like that to me, baby. Whispering those sweet nothings into my ear. Playoffs in 3 years. I hope it does happen. The Mad Bomber comes out and says, all free agents signed were young and all 3-year contracts. Patience, Raider Nation. Absolutely. And then our neighborhood barber, bro, Raider Nation barber, playoff bound. But yo, hey,
I hope it's a home playoff game.
Oh my gosh! Hey,
Oh,
if it's
man.
a home,
How long has
Hey.
it been for one of those?
yeah, Josh. So let me ask that, Josh. Hey, if it's a home playoff game, what is Raider Dad swagger gonna look like for a home playoff? Are we going full Raider mode? I'd be like, are we going war paint? What are we doing if the Raiders make the playoffs?
I don't think we're going to be able to get too many kids into that one. There's too many people dying for a home playoff game. Like tickets would be through the roof. I don't even know what the prices would be for the
Oh,
first
yeah.
home playoff game, especially first one in Las Vegas. And then it depend on who we were playing, you know. So
No, I want to know about what are you doing full get up? Are you going war paint? Are you going super Raider mode? What are you doing if we got a home playoff game finally in Las Vegas?
I don't ever have any war paint on. I'm always outside doing it. I'll definitely do some type of experience for people. But I just want to, I'll definitely have to get in there early for once to be able to feel that energy inside that stadium because we've seen it a couple times, but not real. I mean, like the Chargers that one year was a good game. The energy in that building was all silver and black, but there hasn't been too many of those games since the move to Las Vegas. So it will definitely be exciting.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, check this out, man. It says Armando says change is coming. Super Bowl winning coach, Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, Max be back. It's coming together right before our eyes. Raiders, let's go. Then we got Eddie. I'll see you at the Winfield for the club playoff game. Hey, baby, if you got tickets in the Winfield Club, hey, call your boy because I need some too because I've never been inside. But I'm going to tell you guys, man, the future is bright, right? Like Matt said, man, the future of the Raiders lies in its future. And this time, man, for the first time in a long time, Raider Nation should be excited. There's a game plan. Our freaking GM is executing things, making things happen right in front of our eyes. I'd be like, and making those adjustments really makes me excited. And I mean, like, it really makes me excited for Josh as well, because, bro, he's been there through all the losses, been there through all the pain and the misery. Gosh damn, I wish my man makes it through some swagger and some wins and talking some shit when he leaves that stadium. You know, and that's what I see. And I really see that the Raiders are going to bring that in the future, man. And we should be excited, but again, be patient. Don't sit here and as an couch GM start tripping out if things don't start going the way that you expect them to, Raider Nation. Be patient. Give these guys their time. And I guarantee you, man, we're going to be seeing some beautiful things happen within the next 2 to 3 years. I don't know about you guys, but that's just the feeling I'm getting this year. You know, it's really neat to see our GM grab the bull by the horns and not be sitting in Uncle Pete's lap, you know, hamstringed by what he wanted to do. But y'all, hey, Josh, do you guys got anything lined up this summer? Anything you got to get out here, man, to let people know that we got to get involved?
Right now, I'm just been relaxing, waiting for the schedule to come out. But every year we do you guys probably know we do the preseason event, the annual event. Gets about 50 plus kids to their first game. But that's the hard thing. We always got to wait for the schedule. We can't really plan anything. I can't even tell you which preseason. I think there's 2 preseason games this year. Home opener last year. We did the Raider Bowl. It was a pretty good event. Lincoln Kennedy was out there, Harry Ruiz. So we're going to do that again, but we got to wait till May. I think what it's usually like the second week in May that we start seeing the schedule and we can start lining some things up. But I think the home opener's been late every year, it feels like, since the move to Las Vegas, at least.
You ain't lying. Yeah, you're 100%. How it's always like week 3.
Yeah, it's always like week 3.
The season in general starts kind of late this year because of where Labor Day falls.
Oh, does
it? The Super Bowl, the Super Bowl's on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah. I've seen the memes about that.
Shoot. Yo, Steven, hit our people up with your badass event that you got with Mr. Bill Romanowski.
Yes. So April 23rd for the round 1 of the draft, Thursday night, we will have Bill Romanowski at Shenanigans Kitchen and Bar with Momo Smokehouse. He'll be signing from 4 to 8 o'clock. He's not just going to stand there and sign. He's going to get up, talk, tell some stories, and mingle with the fans. So if you want a little more intimate setting to be able to talk to a player and hang out, come out to Shenanigans in Citrus Heights, California, and come meet one of the best linebackers to play the game. 4-time Super Bowl champ. I know he was only a Raider for 1 year, but hey, Niner fans, Bronco fans, you guys want to come too? Whatever, bring the business to Shenanigans. So
shoot, man. Hey, you know what? That's so freaking badass, Steven, to just like have a guy just show up of that quality. I mean, like people go and they're like, oh, they're always gonna talk smack, right? Everybody sees all the bad things you do, but that dude was a bad mofo. So, hey, y'all, Batty B, we got anything to announce?
Not that I know of. What do you think? You got anything? I don't think we got anything over here.
Nah, we don't got anything. So
no, we're just waiting for
the draft.
the Nevada stuff, the Reno stuff to kick off.
I'm gonna see you guys in 2 months, man. So
yes, sir. That's what I was just saying. I was like, that's the only thing I can think of is the Reno event, but I think everybody already knows that.
Hey, May 31st, y'all. The weekend of May 31st, head up to Reno. We got 7 TBH chapter clubs doing a big barbecue lowrider show. All the food is free. The lowrider show is free. Come enjoy some good times with Raider family. And man, we can't wait to have you guys up there. Josh, if you can make it, bro, bring the family up to Reno.
We need some Raider dad. We need some Raider dad
action out there. You know what I'm saying?
Always welcome.
We can even bring a little stroller with little lowrider wheels.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, put some little
the whole group showing up.
Hey, it's all family friendly. It's all love, man. And guys, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys coming on. I kept my guys on for an hour. I know they got to get back to their families and got to get back to what they got to do. But hey, I appreciate y'all. 50 in the building most of the time. Listening in to Raider Dad, my boy Steven Chavez, Maddie B, and Raider Will. And hey, I appreciate y'all listening in to the Silver and Black Radio podcast. And until next time, it's all about one nation. It's all about one team. It's all about the Raiders.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon.